Welcome to Sang Average. This is another tarot pick a pile. This time it's a little bit different. We're using the Tarot of the Vampires, but we're also using some homemade affirmation cards on the top. Basically, as if you couldn't discern from the title, there's going to be some sort of issue that's either recently come up or it's been plaguing your life for a while now. And basically how you can possibly deal with said problem in your life. So I'm going to give you a moment. I will say what these cards say, so it can help you pick a pile if you want to. We have pile 1, or the card with the Ankh on it. It says, I respect all life, especially that which I feed upon and that which sustains me. We have the card with the Fangs. It says, if it feels like eat or be eaten, remember to show your fangs first. Pile 3 with the dragon on it. It says, I am the monster, but I'm not under the bed or in your closet. Or pile 4 with the scratch mark that says, I acknowledge the energy beast. I am true to my nature, yet I must control it, lest it control me. Okay, pile 1, you have the moon, the 4 of cups, and the 5 of pentacles. The vibe I'm getting from this is, you may be the indecisive type. I'm also sort of indecisive, so, you know. You may be the type that's indecisive, you may be the type that in your sort of group, you're the one to agree with whatever someone else says first. For example, you don't know where to go for food, and everyone suggests something, and I don't know, the majority say Nando's, so you're just like, yeah, we'll go to Nando's, because you don't want to make that decision. You may have decision apathy, which is basically you've made too many decisions in your life and it just stresses you out whenever you have to make a decision now. You've made too many. It stresses you. It's semi-traumatic for you to make decisions because you've made far too many and you need to sit back for a bit and let other people decide things rather than yourself. So that might be another thing. Or just sort of take the time to relax. You might be thinking, this is 5 of Pentacles, I suggest, you may be thinking too much of others rather than thinking for yourself. You might need to sort of sit back, take a break, care for yourself a little bit more. Okay, moving on to pile 2, you have the Chariot reversed, the 7 of Cups, and the 5 of Swords. First things first, what I get from this is you might have a bit of a short fuse, and you might be a little quick to anger. You might be the sort of person to lash out at someone because you're already annoyed and you don't mean to lash out at them, but you accidentally do because you have that pent-up rage in it's like a bottle of soda. If you shake it too much and you try to open it, it explodes, it goes everywhere, it makes a huge mess. That's basically your anger. So you don't mean to be angry at the person, but you're already sort of on the edge, and someone says something and you snap at them, and you may do so for the right reason, or you may feel extremely guilty afterwards that you've snapped at a person that's otherwise nice. You may be quick to voice your opinion, and not everyone necessarily agrees with your opinion. So you might accidentally cause discourse that way. Pile 3, we have the Magician reversed, the 5 of Wands, and the King of Swords reversed. Okay, so I'm definitely getting some form of toxicity of some kind. There's some sort of manipulation or two-facedness in play. It could be that you don't feel like you're doing enough for the people around you, so you constantly have to sort of be entertaining or be show-offish or the class clown, or you need to prove yourself in some way to others so you're not just tossed aside as the a fad that's just been ignored and popped in the box for years. It could be that you're being manipulated into doing things that you don't want to do, or you're being sort of peer pressured in a sense. Oh, I must do this thing, or these people don't like me, or, you know, that sort of thing. It could be that. It could be that you've picked up a leech, and they're doing all these bad things to you because it fuels them. Like, social parasites, basically. They're doing it just sort of like for their own gain, sort of thing. So you may have attracted some kind of like social parasite. At some point, you may be too trusting of people, and that's how you've got yourself in this situation. You may need to take a step back, or call someone out, or call yourself out. You might be accidentally doing this to yourself, sort of thing. You might be in some sort of like self-destructive situation right now. But there's definitely some sort of like semi-toxic issue, or some sort of manipulation, or two-faced, or people are laughing behind your back, or you've picked up some sort of like social leech that's making you feel miserable for their own gain. There's something there that needs to be sorted, and preferably sooner rather than later. Right, last pile. Pile 4. We have upside down strength, or reversed strength, the devil, and the 3 of pentacles. Okay, so I'm getting from this, like, intuition, drive, desire, very intuitive, go with your gut instincts, even if that might necessarily be a bad decision in the long run, as well as a good decision in the long run. Maybe you're, like, slightly too reliant on your gut feelings. Maybe you're, like, relying too much on your intuition. Maybe you're relying too much on, like, that sort of feeling. Maybe you need to sort of, like, tone it down a bit. Maybe you charge in all guns blazing, so to speak. Maybe you ask questions later. Maybe you're one of these people that wants everything done yesterday. You shoot off at a million miles an hour. You might not think of all the pros and cons first, and that might come to back to bite you in the butt later. I'm also getting, like, a lot of creativity. But you may be your own worst critic with that creativity. You might look at something you've made and go, oh no, I don't like it, or oh no, that's slightly askew, or oh no, that's the wrong colour, or you might be a bit, like, perfectionist, and that might be one of your flaws as well. You might be too much of a perfectionist. You may need to sort of, like, look back at something, recognise its flaws, realise that there's perfection in imperfection. Not everything's perfect. Roses have thorns, you know, that's that sort of thing. So yeah, a little bit of self-destruction, and like you are your own worst enemy in there. So like, sit back, relax, take your time, and that sort of thing. Thank you for joining me for this reading.